Thank you, Tim. I would argue unlocking all of our potential. I have so many thoughts. I want to rewrite this whole speech. 5 minutes is no time. I'm going to take you on a journey, so bear with me and provide some context, but hopefully it inspires us all to think differently about this incredibly unique time that Doug mentioned at the beginning of our session. So if you flipped a switch tonight and nothing happened, no lights, no Wi-Fi, no power, can't call your kids, you might like that for a hot minute, but how long before literally everything in your life and in your business unraveled? Days, hours, my teenagers' minutes. We don't even think about energy until it's not there. And yet it's the invisible backbone of everything we call innovation. Here's what that looks like in Hampton Roads for households and businesses. The average household's already paying roughly $3,000 a year for total energy cost in Hampton Roads. That's actually 18% higher than the national average. That's before projected increases of another $700 per year are added to household bills by 2035. For businesses, the same pressure shows up at scale in operating cost, expansion decisions, and whether investment lands here in Hampton Roads or somewhere else, because energy is not just a line item, it's a gating factor for growth. At the same time, we're asking more and more of the system. Demand's rising, technology's evolving, uncertainty is increasing, while relying on infrastructure that was largely designed 50 to 70 years ago for a completely different kind of economy. So this isn't just about energy, it's about whether Hampton Roads can compete and lead in the next generation of innovation. We're actually in a great starting position. We are in the midst of building the largest offshore wind project in the world. In Surrey, we have two of the first nuclear power plants built in the nation that have been safely operating for over 5 decades. We have abundant, low-cost natural gas. This isn't just local, though. Energy is now strategy, it's now security, it's now geopolitics. And we're seeing this live in real time, what happens when energy systems fall short. In parts of Europe and Asia, energy constraints are now impacting industry growth and daily life. Work weeks have already been shortened, and shower times too. Now contrast that with the United States. We have a major advantage, affordable, abundant natural gas. Here prices are roughly $3 to $4 per MMBTU. In Europe, they've reached $30 to $40 equivalent. So it's not just economic, it's strategic. It's one of the reasons the US has also been able to reduce emissions by 40% from peak levels while maintaining reliability and growth. But globally, the story's different. China's building everything. They're leading in renewables while they're also adding more coal capacity than the rest of the world combined. And at CERAWeek, which is the most influential energy conference in the country, the message was very clear last week. Energy is the backbone of our modern economy, and we cannot afford to not be all of the above. AI, manufacturing, defense, logistics, quality of life. None of it happens without energy, and reliability is non-negotiable. So let's get a little personal and talk about data centers and what they do for us. A single large data center can use the equivalent of 100,000 homes. We have 20 plus connected devices per household today, and that demand is growing. It's shifting to the digital infrastructure behind our lives. Data centers powering us already account for 4 to 5% of US electricity demand, and that's rising quickly. So even if your personal energy use feels stable, our true energy footprint is growing. And here in Hampton Roads, we're not just consuming energy, we're competing for it. So I think the question is not, will energy shape the future? It's who will be ready to power it. We already have incredible assets. We have incredible talent. The Secure Energy Future Center Grand opening April 22nd at Tech Center. We're building the platform to connect all of these things, but it's not going to be automatic. Other regions are moving, and they're moving much faster and with a lot more capital. The regions that are winning are answering the question, can you deliver power quickly, reliably, and at scale? So here's what that requires: faster permitting and siting, policies aligned with real demand, which is forecasted to grow 5 to 6% annually year over year, affordability, and all of the above energy strategy, less fragmentation and more coordination, because in our economy, speed is competitiveness. In an even more fragmented world, and at a time when nationalism is getting a lot of airtime, we believe partnership still wins. Our recent engagements with the UK partners has reinforced this, and the future of energy and defense will be built through shared infrastructure, technology, and security priorities. We're very uniquely positioned in Hampton Roads to be a gateway in that relationship. So here's the opportunity. Energy is now a multi-trillion-dollar global investment race. We have over $3 trillion per year being invested in the industry, quickly heading towards $5 trillion as soon as 2029. The regions that can attract and deploy that capital, and the regions that invent and deploy the new energy technologies, will lead the next economy. So I'm going to leave you with a challenge. My kids would be rolling their eyes right now. What if Hampton Roads became a global gateway for energy, for secure energy? And we led the nation in energy and innovation and investment, where new energy technologies are tested in real-world environments. Defense installations became living laboratories for resilience. Our port becomes a hub for next-generation fuels, technologies, and global energy trade. And companies choose Hampton Roads because they know if they come here, they're going to get connected. If they come here, they're going to be supported structurally and financially. And if they come here, they're going to get to market faster. Because I believe if we do that, we are not just participating in this future economy, we're powering its transformation. So the call to action sounds really simple, but it's actually really hard. We need to move faster, we need to align better, we need to make decisions quickly, and we can build a region that doesn't just keep up with the change, we can power what comes next.